Welcome back to the PVD Glitter channel, where we will be putting out tutorials and exclusive looks into our glitter collections. The glitters used in these videos can be found at pvdglitter.com. Today we are going to be making an acrylic snow globe tumbler. I have a 16-ounce tumbler from Starbucks, my drill, and a drill bit to get us started. I am going to go in here on the edge of the bottom of my cup with my drill bit. Make sure that you have a hold of your cup with one hand and use the drill with the other. If not, your cup will start spinning around and go flying across your desk. Do not ask me how I know that. You want to make sure that you drill on the edge of your cup and not in the center. That way when you're putting your glitter in, it doesn't just collect there on the bottom. That way it'll actually go down the side of the cup and sit there at the bottom. So I'm just going in here and making that hole, getting the little acrylic pieces off, and make sure once you feel it go through that first layer, you stop drilling, because you don't want to go through the second layer, because then you're drilling into the part where your liquid that you're going to drink goes, and your cup will be ruined at that point. I am now going to create my glitter mix, and it is going to look a little bit like this, kind of like funfetti. I am going in with all of our chunky matte neons, and I'm going to use about a teaspoon of each. You can see that I already have some mixed from some molds that I made, but I'm going to mix some more to make sure that I have enough for this cup. So I am going to use Azazel, I'm not sure even if I'm pronouncing that right, Jolly Green, Rougarou, Knot Mousse, and Kendall. And to make the mix a little interesting, I am also going to add Possessed, which is our black holographic 0.015 glitter, and Baby, which is our black 0.015 metallic glitter. And this mix is coming to you from one of our PVD glitter reps, Brandy, and she is a master mixologist. She makes the greatest mixes. Now we're going to go ahead and get to scooping our glitter in. So you can use one of these metal funnels. I found this in the kitchenware aisle at Walmart. I don't like using this with the chunky glitter just because it kind of just backs things up. So I just take mine and I dump it on the bottom of my cup, and I use my silhouette weeding tool to help kind of scoop it into the hole that's in my cup. And then I will hook my weeding tool into that hole and kind of swirl it around a little bit to help push it down the side of the cup. And I'll zoom in here in a second and kind of show you what I mean by that once I get going here. And I don't have an exact measurement of how much glitter I use on these cups. I kind of just eyeball it, and when I get to a spot that I think is going to suffice, I will stop. But typically it's about, I fill the bottom of this twice. So I'll scoop the glitter onto the bottom of this 2 times and call it good, but I'll swirl it around and see if I like where it's sitting at. And if I do, then I will stop. So it's kind of just your preference. And now I'm going to use my finger to cover that hole and just shake it around to get that glitter moved all around down the side there, and make sure that the glitter is at a level that I like. And then we will move on and get our mixture all mixed up. Okay, let's get our mixture mixed. I've got my bowl, a whisk, and a measuring cup. I do a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 parts distilled water, 1 part glycerin. This is the glycerin I was able to find at my local Walmart. This is the distilled water I got there. It has worked just fine for me so far. I am going to do a 1/4 cup of the glycerin and 1/2 cup of the water. And when you're mixing this up, just make sure that you get it all mixed up really well. At first, when the water and the glycerin start to mix, it will be kind of cloudy, but that cloudiness goes away almost instantly. So just mix it for a little while. Make sure that those two intertwine all the way so that when you put it in your cup, it's got that good flowiness to it. This is the part where you would normally start putting in your mixture into your cup, but I've decided to hold a little intermission real quick and throw some blue glow powder into my cup. I am using Archangel. This is new to PVD glitter. I have used it before on a cup. This is my first time using it in an acrylic cup. I did a test in the mixture before I put it in my cup though, just to make sure. Worked, it glowed, it was perfect. It made my mixture a little bit cloudy, so if you do decide to do this, just test it out at home first in a separate little cup. All I used was a medicine cup and a little bit of the mixture just to see if I was going to be mad at the cloudiness. I wasn't mad, so I went ahead with it. That little measuring spoon I used is only a teaspoon. It was not even a 1/4 of the way full, and I didn't use all of it. That funnel still had some left in it. So I use just the smallest amount. My mixture in my cup is a smidgen cloudy. It's not terrible. A customer is more than likely not going to notice it. I did just because I am a maker and I've made these before, so I know how clear they can be. But it's wicked sweet because it glows blue. So I like it. It's pretty cool. And the right person will also like it and they won't mind. So I'm just shaking it right now to get that glow powder mixed in with the glitter. And you can see it in there, the whiteness on the side there. That's the glow powder. But once I put the mixture in, that part goes away. All right, let's get back on track now. So I'm going to take a syringe, and I just use the little syringe that comes in like the children's Tylenol. So I'm going to take that. I put my hole at the top and I kind of tilt my cup that way the air bubble is right there. And then I just squeeze it on in, push it down the side, and I just continue doing that until it's filled up. All right, and just when you think your cup is full with the mixture, it's not, because there are air bubbles down there in the glitter that's sitting on the bottom of the cup, or the top, I guess. So I put my finger over that hole again and I shake, 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 shake. I get all that glitter loose that's sitting there at the top of the cup, I guess. And I let it float around, let all the air bubbles kind of join together. And then when I release it, and some of the mixture came out there, so I'm just cleaning it up because it's a little bit sticky. It's not like crazy sticky, but it's a little sticky enough to make my sensoriness go kind of crazy. But I will shake it like that, and then when I go to set it back down, I keep the cup tilted with the hole at the top again so that the air bubble is right there and I can continue putting more in there. That way there is as little air as possible inside of the cup. Alrighty, now it is time to go in and put a plug in that hole so that nothing leaks out of it. So the little thing that was on my finger, it is a cabinet bumper. I got it at Walmart and that one is a 1/2 inch, and I'm fairly certain the drill bit I used tonight was about 1/8 of an inch. So I do have to cut it down a little bit. So I just take them giant scissors there and I cut around it in the best not so much circle I can do. And right here I am just sizing it to see if I'm even close to the size I need to be at. And once I get it close enough, I will put one side of the cabinet bumper into the hole there, and then I take a really small flathead screwdriver and I just kind of go around it. I keep my finger on the cabinet bumper and I just kind of wedge it into the hole there as I go around it. And it doesn't sit flush with the bottom of the cup, but I'm okay with that personally because I end up putting hot glue over that cabinet bumper as well. And then I put epoxy over that also. So there's a whole bunch of layers of protection there from leakage, but I just really do not want any of this leaking out. So here I'm going in with a little poker just to kind of get it started. And then I will grab my flathead screwdriver to get it in there even better. Once that's in there, I'll dry off the bottom and then I'll flip the cup upside down, or I guess the right side up, and depending on how you're looking at it. But anyway, I'll flip the cup over and I will set it on my desk and let it sit there for a little bit just to make sure that nothing's leaking out. Like, yes, I'm aware that I could hold the cup upside down or whatever and look at it and see if anything was dripping out. But I like to just do it this way because I can pick the cup up and either, yes, I see a ring of water on my desk, or no, I don't. So look, no ring, golden, nothing's coming out. And you can see here, you can kind of see the cloudiness, but at the same time, my fingers are sticky and oily. So that's a little mixture of that as well. And now I'm going to go in with my hot glue gun and just hot glue around that cabinet bumper and then over the top of it. Make sure that I don't go too high that I'm over the edge of the bottom of the cup there. Make sure before you go on to this next step that you do clean the bottom of your cup with alcohol. Just like when you're doing a tumbler, you want to make sure that you have a clean surface for that epoxy to stick to so that it does not repel. All right, and now we are going to epoxy and glitter the bottom of it. So I have 7.5 milliliters of epoxy here in my little cup, which I have found that 7.5 milliliters is darn near perfect for every bottom of any acrylic cup I have done so far. So far it's worked. I haven't gone over the edge of the cup. Some of them have been a little under the edge of the cup, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather it be under the edge than over the edge and make it all wobbly. So I'm going to take the same glitter mixture that I put inside of the cup and mix that into my epoxy. And I am just using regular epoxy here, like the same that I would use on my glitter tumblers. I am not using a UV resin right now. And of course, make sure that your cup, when you do this, is sitting on a level surface so that as the epoxy dries, it dries level and you don't end up with a hump or a bump in there, and again, making your cup wobbly. And here is a look at what the cup looks like and how the glitter flows. Now for the part that I know some of you are very anxiously waiting on. This is the glow coming from Archangel, which is a blue glow powder. The glow powder and any glitters used in this video can be found at pvdglitter.com. Don't forget to like our channel, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching our video. We will see you next time.